Okay, so I just started going live. Um, any of you have questions, leave them in the comments and I'll answer it. Um, I do have a pretty busy next 2 weeks. Um, let's see. So today I'm going to a basketball. Hi Rico. So yeah, I have a busy upcoming 2 weeks. So basically, what's happening lately is going to be that, um, so my spring break actually started today, like Friday or yesterday was my last day of school before spring break, and I have spring break this week. But then today I'm going to a basketball game or something. I really don't even know what it is. It's just like something that my dad got tickets for that was like very last minute. And then tomorrow is my mom's birthday, which is why I didn't go to the Tennessee tournament. Otherwise, I would have probably gone. Um, but yeah, other than that, and then I have spring break this week. I go back. I think Tuesday, April 3rd or something like that, and then I leave for Worlds Friday morning. So, um, yeah, that's about it for right now. But yeah, if anybody has questions and I get enough people or enough questions, then just leave them in the comments and I'll answer them. So. Are you going to the Illinois Tourney? Actually, I am because, okay, to be completely honest, I live 15 minutes from that tournament, so that's pretty much a no-brainer for me. Because I'm actually in a suburb of Chicago, so yeah, that tournament's only about 15 minutes from me. Actually, that school, Buffalo Grove School, is actually in my district, so yeah, I'll be going to that tournament for sure. Yeah. Oh, cool. What part? Or like how far from Chicago? Like what part of Illinois are you from? Like Chicago area, or because like I'm only like half an hour from Chicago, and it's more like between 30 and 40 minutes depending on like what part of Chicago I go to. But like I'm usually within the hour, so it's not too far. Like the actual city, like the downtown area, is like half an hour from me, so it's really not that far from me. I'm like 10 minutes away from Chicago. Wow, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm not too far from you then, cause like, if you're like 10 minutes away from Chicago, like, okay, cause like you know where the what's it called, where that what's it called, the Bean is or whatever, like that area in the downtown area. You know where that is, right? Um, like that little what's it called? Yeah, like like little area of Chicago. Like I'm like half an hour from that part of Chicago. So yeah, I'm not far from there. But yeah, I don't know. Have you signed up for the Illinois tournament yet? Because I know we haven't gotten many people, but I did talk to some people at the Wisconsin tournament, and I heard Jesse said he was gonna go. Um, well, okay, yeah, Jesse said he was gonna go. Clive, this new stacker that, or this new stacker that had that I think it was his first tournament, the Wisconsin one, but he said he was gonna go. Or I talked to his dad because it was actually pretty fast, and I was gonna I don't know. I was just gonna like I talked to his dad a little bit, and he said he was gonna go. So, I mean, cause I don't know. There was like one stacker that's like 45 minutes from me, and then there's you obviously. But I mean, stacking in Illinois within the last year has been gaining a lot of recognition because, previously they had tournaments in Illinois pretty much every year. Like 2009, they had like tournament in Quincy and Peoria, which I probably would have gone to because like Quincy and Peoria are like 2.5 hours from me. So, yeah. But then they kind of just stopped with tournaments in Illinois once 2010 ended. Then they just kind of stopped, which is actually when I started stacking, was the very end of 2010, which is why I didn't actually go to those tournaments. And then in 2011, they had one more tournament in Peoria, but they kind of stopped right after that. Then the most recent Illinois tournament, the one that was sanctioned at least, was, I want to say, Buffalo Grove last year. I think was the only one. They did have a tournament at the very beginning of 2018. I think it was like within the first 2 weeks of January this year. They did have one other tournament in Chicago, but that wasn't sanctioned. Otherwise, I would have gone to that. But yeah. Oh hey man. But yeah. Yeah, I am going to go to the Illinois tournament. I don't know if this would happen. I mean, I want to do this, and I don't know, like when I would do this, but I do want to host my own tournament. So I don't know if anybody would end up going to that, and I don't know when that would happen or how soon. But I definitely do want to host my own tournament one day. So that'd be pretty fun. I'm also going to Worlds in 2 weeks, so that'll be fun. I haven't been to Orlando since like December. Okay, yeah, alright. But yeah, I got a lot of tournaments this year. I got Worlds, the Illinois tournament. I've been making plans for the Colorado tournament, so I'm planning on going to that. I am going to go to the St. Louis tournament in June, and then 2 weeks later, I'm planning on going to Brampton, Ontario, for a tournament in Canada, which I'm not too far from. So I'm going to plan on going to that. And then juniors, because it's only in Iowa. And then Connecticut and St. Louis. Hi, Matthew. Yeah, I remember you. Can you stack? Yeah, oh yeah, I also went to, or what's it called? I went, at school, because, the location of the tournament was right near my friend's wedding I'm gonna be. Oh, cool. But yeah, yesterday was my last day of school before spring break because I have a week off. And I had brought my cups to stack at school for an hour after because I had nothing to do later, so I kind of just brought my cups to stack, and I taught a friend how to stack, and he said, I taught one of my friends how to stack after school yesterday, and he's actually gotten really good for his first day, so he said he was going to talk to his mom, but I talked to one of my friends, and he said that he might consider going to the Buffalo Grove tournament. He said he was going to talk to his mom, though, so I might have a friend going with me. I don't know. Hi, Jerry. I'm gonna go for a record, actually. Hold on. I'm gonna change my stabilizer. Put it clear at the bottom because okay. Actually, I was stacking like 2 days ago, and I stacked a lot on camera. Like I got a lot of footage, and I managed to get. I think my fastest of that day was a 12:01. So I got a 12:01, a 12:11, and then I got a 12:17 on tape. I haven't gotten an 11 since the Wisconsin tournament. The Wisconsin tournament was last weekend, so I'm really hoping that I can do well at the Worlds competition in Orlando in 2 weeks. Because, I mean, I leave Friday morning, the Friday before, the Friday before the tournament. I don't get back till Monday night. If anybody watching this is going to go to Worlds, if anybody cares, my flight's at 7:45 and I get in at 11:30. So I'll probably be at the hotel around 12:30-ish. So I'm also buying some cups at Worlds. I'm buying old, or not old necessarily, but I'm buying, do you think you will chant? What do you mean? Change my start. What do you mean, like, starting it like how usual people do it and they do it like that, you mean? You mean like starting like that? With the hand cupped around the set? Or, I mean, hand cupped around the stack? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I mean, I've tried that, but I haven't really gotten good with it. Yeah, I mean, I've tried to, but it just hasn't been working for me. And, like, I have changed my start a while, because, like, okay, like, at first, when I started stacking, I would always start my wrist for some reason. Like, I got so used to, like, the new, like, when you were a new stacker, you know how everybody starts like that? Yeah, I used to start like that all the time until I realized that it was not legal. So then, that's when I started doing it like this, like with the just hands flat. And eventually, as time went on, that became kind of weird, and just kind of, that wasn't as comfortable as it used to be. So then that's when I kind of start, that's how I start like this now. Like, I start with one hand flat, and the other one's kind of cupped around. Like, here, I'll move the stack in the middle so you can see. But, like, I went from starting like this with my wrist when I first started stacking in tournament to starting like this, and then that eventually became uncomfortable for me. And so then now I start with one hand flat and the other one kind of like this. But, I mean, I did change my 3-3-3 style though, because, okay, when I did my 3-3-3, I actually changed this right before I went up for prelims at the Wisconsin tournament. So I would upstack all the threes, and I would do each three individual. I would do each. I can't even do it the old way now. But I used to down stack each three individually, which got. I kind of wanted to do experiments, so that I just upstack all the threes like you're supposed to, and then I down stack this, and I would just start to, and then I'd move to this one. But yeah. I'm trying to change my 110 front upstack though. Like, I don't know why, but I kind of want a new style for some reason. Like, I got my first 7 2 weeks ago. Oh wow, that's good. Don't put your cups far apart. Yeah, I try not to. Go for an 11. Yeah, I will in a little bit. I have 8 of them right now. I actually keep track of them on my phone. I have... Okay, my first 11 was in April of 2017. So almost a year ago now. Like, I got it at the Kansas City, or I got it on April 19th, 2017, right before Kansas City, which was an 11.99 too, and then I got 11.96.9 at Kansas City, and then I got 11.89.9 as my third one, and then I got 11.803 as my fourth one, 11.81.4 as my fifth, and I got 11. Go for a 12. All right. Yeah, I really want to get an 11 at Worlds, though, because that 12.02 at Wisconsin was very unexpected. Hold on, I'm going to try that. You're not going to Worlds, are you? How many sets of Asians do you have? Do you have Facebook Messenger? Yes, I do. I'll give it to you in a little bit. Unless you wanna... I'm not going to Worlds. If you, you could just look up Tyler Forte, and I'll give you... Do you have Instagram? Yes, I do. It's tj.1226. Okay, Rico, just look up Tyler Forte, and you'll see a picture of here. Here, do you have Skype or anything? Because I can add you, and then I'll send you the link to it if you want. And by the way, I have two kinds of Asians. I have Asian 2017 Pros that I got from SpeedStack Singapore, like I think back in December, maybe January, I forgot. And then 2015 Asian Pros that I got for my birthday last year. Skype won't work for me for some reason. Anyway, yeah, look up Tyler Forte on Facebook, and if you find the right one, it'll just be a picture of me wearing like a plaid looking shirt in blue. So it kind of looks like a yearbook picture, because it was a yearbook picture, but I was wearing a plaid blue shirt, so if you find it, you'll know that was me. Let another. Wait, I'm sorry, Jerry. I wasn't able to see what you said there. What'd you say? You said let another stacker do something, but I didn't read. I wasn't able to read it. What'd you say? Sorry, yeah, I wasn't able to read it, but yeah, if you send it again, I'll be able to see it, because like how to do that start. Okay, all right, yeah. But anyway, Matt, to answer your question, I have two sets of Asians. I have these that I got in January of this year from SpeedStack Singapore, and then I got 2015 Asian Pros for my birthday last year, which I think that bid ended on my birthday actually from eBay. I added you on Facebook. Okay. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my iPod and I'll add you on my iPad. Okay. 1 second. Or actually, yeah, I can add you on my iPad. Never mind, I'll add you on my iPad. That's probably easier. Okay, hold on. Hey, can you follow me? Yeah, sure. Give me a second. Let's see. Let's go to Facebook and get Messenger also. Okay. Yeah, I'm pulling up Facebook and Instagram. What's my Instagram, Tyler? My Instagram is tj.1226. So basically my name. So Ty, and then just a period, and then 1226. Because actually my birthday's right after Christmas, so yeah. Okay, I'll follow you. All right, thank you. Hey, Rico, did you send me a message or no? Because I'm opening my messenger right now. Okay. Rico Cruz. Okay. There. I added you back. Wait, so what division are you going to be in at the Illinois tournament? Oh, no. I'm back. I'm back. Sorry. Yeah. My mom called me. Sorry about that. I'm back. Sorry, my mom called me, but yeah. Yeah, sorry, I'm back. My mom called me. I kind of screwed it up, but you know. I requested to follow you. I requested to follow your Instagram. All right. I'm buying more clear V1s at Worlds from Evan Cloud. I'm buying V1 clears from Evan Cloud, or logoless V1 clears from Evan Cloud at Worlds. What are the age divisions? Because the Illinois Tourney is going to be my first tournament, so I don't know everything. Oh, so, oh wait, that's cool. Yeah, it's going to be your first tournament? All right. So yeah, there's 6 and under. And then after 6 and under, basically it goes up every 2 age, basically the age division started 6 and under, and then after that, the ages go up by every 2. So in this case, it'd be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then once you hit 17, 18, it goes 19 to 24 is collegiate, 25 to 34 is Masters 1, 35 to 44 is Masters 2. Oh, so wait, what do you say? So I'm going to be 11, 12. All right, yeah, that's cool. Are you going to be a juniors? Yes, I will be. If you look in the About sections on my channel, you will see a list of tournaments that I'm going to this year, excluding the ones I've already been to. So, as tournaments go on that I go to, I'm going to be removing and adding tournaments as they come and go. But it's all the tournaments that I go to in the future will be in the About section of my channel. And I did that for all the other previous tournaments that I've been to this year, because I've already been to 3 this year. But as the tournaments go on, I'll remove the ones that have already happened that I've been to and add the ones that I haven't gone to yet. I'm also planning on going to a tournament in Canada the second week of June, so that'll be fun. I have 3 tournaments over the summer. But actually, the St. Louis tournament in June is the St. Louis tournament in June is actually the day after I get out of school, and I finish finals on June 1st at like 9:30 because I only have 1 final on the last day of school. So I finish finals for school like on June 1st at like 9:30, so I'm going to be there for the practice also. So yeah, Rico, that's another option. I don't know how far your parents are willing to take you for a tournament, but I mean, I know that this would be your first competition, so I'm not sure how far they'd be willing to take you, but St. Louis is always an option. What grade are you in? I'm a junior, so I'm taking the SAT this year. Actually, when I say this year, I'm actually taking the SAT the day I get back from Worlds. So I'm actually getting back from Worlds Monday night at my flight's not until 6, so I'm not even gonna get in until 10, because the flight's 2.5 hours, but there's also a time change. It's an hour ahead there. So my flight is at 6, and it's 2.5 hours, which would mean that I would get in around 8:30. But with the time change, since it's an hour later, I'll be getting in around 7:30 Monday night, my time at least. But then I have to take the SAT the day I get back, which would be that Tuesday, April 10th. Because I don't get back till... Okay, so I leave for Worlds on Friday, April 6th, which is in just under 2 weeks. And then I'm there Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and then I come back Monday night. Wait, Emily, have you gone to a tournament yet this year? Do you already have a relay for juniors? I don't. I haven't signed up yet. I'm going to one in May. Oh, wait, is that the, which one are you talking about? The Colorado one or the one that Cameron Fatter was talking about? The one that was supposedly going to happen in Malibu? Because I'm going to 2 tournaments in May. I'm going to the Illinois tournament, obviously at the very beginning because I'm from there, and it's only a 15-minute drive for me. And then I'm probably gonna go to Colorado. The SoCal tournament. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm already going to 2 tournaments in May, so I'm going to the Illinois tournament and then possibly, I don't know for sure yet, but I'm planning on going to a tournament in Colorado in May. So, oh gosh. I wanted to go to Colorado, but same thing, so I can't go. Yeah. I saw that they're having Central Regionals this year, but it's not going to be in Kansas City where it was. If it was in Kansas City again, I would definitely go, but I wouldn't have been able to go anyway because with the late posting of with the late posting of Central Regionals this year, it's on the same day as the Illinois tournament, so I wouldn't have been able to go anyway. Had it still been in April and it was posted earlier, I would have gone to that tournament because I went last year and it was really fun. That's also when I submitted my Team USA application was, I think I waited until May I waited till May to fill an application for Team USA out, which was my 7th tournament. But after Kansas City, everyone was telling me that I should submit my application for Team USA, which by the way is on the website if anybody wants to submit one. But yeah, I definitely think after after juniors, a lot of more people will be added to the team. Just because, usually how it goes is many people are added to the team right before or after juniors, and that same goes for Worlds. So. And this is kind of sad, but actually, so I got I got invited to Team USA at Juniors 2017, and I had submitted my application after the Illinois tournament at the Illinois tournament in May, because at Kansas City, everybody was telling me that I should submit my application, but at that time, I had no clue that I would continue to stack as much in tournaments because of, money and all that stuff and just commitments and all that. But then, when the Illinois tournament happened in May, I went to that, and then everybody kept telling me to submit an application. So, I just did it, and just all went from there, and then probably going to be in Team Colorado 2019. Yeah, probably. And, so then, I submitted my application at the Illinois tournament last year. I filled it out at the tournament. And what happened was I got invited at juniors. But what I didn't realize was that I just realized this a month ago that when I filled out my application, I had put in a different email that I hardly ever check anymore. And Mark Sykes had actually emailed me about talking to me about putting me on Team USA in June, which would have put me on Team USA before juniors. But, that didn't happen because I gave him the wrong email by accident. And, so then, how old am I? I'm 17. How many tournaments have you been to, Emily? I don't remember. Did you go to juniors in 2016? I know you didn't go 2017, but did you go 2016? I mean, I didn't, but I don't know if you did. I heard you were going to, but because it was either this year or I haven't been to any. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it took me a while to actually have the courage to compete because, when I started stacking, my cycle was over a minute and a half. That's pretty embarrassing, but I'm willing to admit that when I first started stacking, I was 5 times as bad as I am now, or as bad as I am now. Or just I've improved a lot, but when I first started, I was not great at all. And so I started stacking in the very end of 2010, which would have been, I think it was on December 28th of 2010, because it was right after my birthday, because I had gotten cups for my birthday. And I had found it on YouTube, but I had so much interest in it that I kind of just got cups from the cabinet and I started stacking them early. But yeah, it took me 4.5 years to go to my first competition, which was 2015 Connecticut. And that was actually before I had realized that there were many tournaments in 8 years. Almost, yeah. 8 years will be this December. Yeah, it's been 7.25 maybe. Yeah, I've started stacking in the very end of 2010. So right before New Year's of 2010, I started stacking. Do you know Matthew? Sorry. Yeah, I met him at Connorsville this year. I think he's pretty new, though. I mean, I know that was his first competition, but I think in terms of, like, obviously in terms of competition, like, that was his first tournament, so he's relatively new. But, I mean, in terms of, like, the actual stacking community, I think he's also pretty new, so, yeah. I met him at Connorsville this year, though, so, yeah. He's been stacking for 2 months. Oh, hey, Trey, how are you? I'm 17. Hey, Trey, are you going to Worlds? I remember... How tall am I? I'm only 5'4", unfortunately. I'm a tall junior. Or, I mean, I'm a short junior. What am I talking about? I'm not tall. But anyway, yeah, I remember meeting you at St. Louis June of 2016, which was only my second tournament. And I remember you signed my mat, so that was cool. Are you going to Worlds, though? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, those world records were under level 2 when I was relatively new, and that was, I think it was my 7th tournament that I got bumped out of level 2 special stackers, and I bumped up to level 1, which is the faster half of special stackers, and I've looked it up, and my best in tournament, which I got last week at the Wisconsin tournament, is only 0.12 off of the state record for special stackers level 1, so we'll see if I can manage to do it at Worlds. But we'll see. I don't know yet. I've been trying, like, really hard because I stacked for a good 2 hours every day since the Wisconsin tournament. So I'm really hoping to do well at Worlds. Oh, and Trey, are you going to Commerce City this year or no? It's on May 19th. I'm going to use the other ones. I'm going to use the logoed clears. I'm back. Hi, Rico. Wait, so okay. Trying to think of close tournaments you'd be able to go to, because Rico, you said the Illinois tournament will be your first one, right? Yeah. So let's see. I'm trying to think of somewhat closer tournaments to Illinois so that you can, because I mean I know that once you're on Team USA, you start traveling a lot more and you go farther distances. But for your first couple competitions, you don't want to go too far, just because you want to make sure that you enjoy the tournament atmosphere, and also you want to go to closer distances first so that money's not a huge issue when you first start competing. So yeah, Illinois is gonna be your first competition, and then there's a tournament in St. Louis on June 2nd. So I don't know if that'd be too far for a second competition for you, but um I will tell you that the St. Louis tournaments are very fun, and I think you'd enjoy it. There are also 3 St. Louis tournaments a year. One is held in one is held in March, which I already went to. Yeah, one is held in March, usually the first week of March. The second one is in June, which is June 2nd this year. Yeah, because it's right after I get out of school. June 2nd this year is the other one in St. Louis. And then there's St. Louis November, which hasn't been posted yet, but that's usually how it goes. But then I'm trying to think of what other tournaments. Connorsville next year would be a good option. Let's see. Oh, and I know Kansas City is very far from Chicago. Like I had a 7.5, 8 hour drive with stops for gas and all that. But I will tell you that the 8 hour drive to Kansas City was well worth it, because believe me, it was a pain to get there, but it was really, really, really fun. And Kansas City is one of the few tournaments to be held in the hotel, so you don't necessarily have to go anywhere, and you don't have to worry about being late. As long as you get to the hotel, then you'd be all good there. They're not hosting it this year in Kansas City. They're actually hosting it in Bel Air, or some other part of Kansas. But I will tell you, if you get a chance to go to Kansas City next year, I would do it. It's well worth it. And also, if anybody has questions, just leave them there. What's your favorite set so far? Right now, I'd have to say Asian 2017 Pro Series 2, which I got from SpeedStack Singapore on their website. And I know shipping was pretty expensive for them because it was international, but they really are my favorite set. They've been serving me well in my last few competitions. And, but I mean, that may change when the new cups come out, because I saw the prototypes of the new Pro Series 2 from a couple other stackers. So I have a feeling that those will be my new favorite set, or possibly the metallic yellows that I'm going to buy from Michael Venner at Worlds. But as of right now, Asian Pro Series 2 2017. Do you want to be in my radio team with Matthew Sarpit Jr.'s I'll probably qualify for the SoCal tournament. Yeah, sure. That's cool. I'll do that. And plus, I haven't signed up for juniors yet anyway, so I wouldn't have to contact the tournament director about doing a relay at last minute. Because I haven't signed up for juniors yet anyway, so. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Hey, Matthew. How many tournaments have you been to so far this year? So far, I've been to 3 this year. But overall, I've been to 13. So, yeah, this year I've been to 3 so far. But World's going to be my 4th one. And then, but my 13th one overall. And the rest of my tournaments this year, I have Worlds, which is in 2 weeks. And then I also have the Illinois tournament, which is 15 minutes from me. I'm in Illinois, so I'm only 15 minutes from the Illinois tournament. I'm like in a suburb of Chicago, so I'm not far from there. But yeah, let's see. I have Worlds, which will be my 4th tournament. The Illinois tournament will be my 5th. I'm planning on going to Colorado, which would be my 6th. My 7th this year would be St. Louis, June, which I'm already signed up for. My 8th one is a tournament also in June in Canada, Toronto, which I'm not positive about that one either, but I'm trying to go. Like, I really want to go to Canada, so that's only an 8-hour drive for me, so about the same distance as Kansas City unless I fly, which would be a possibility. And then juniors would be my 9th. And Connecticut and St. Louis November. So, like, a total of, 11 tournaments this year. That's a ridiculous amount, but, I love to compete. I love to see you guys. It's really fun, and I think I'm only going to go to 2 this year. Yeah, that's a good amount for first few competitions, especially when, you're new to the stacking, especially when you're new to stacking in terms of competition, going to only a couple your first 1 to 2 years is probably ideal for most people. Because I know that when I started stacking competition, I only went to 1 competition in 2015, which was Connecticut, and that was at the very end, just so that I could prepare for tournaments. When I first went to my first one, I wanted to prepare for my first one so I would do okay, I do pretty well. And then 2016, I only went to 2. And then 2017, I went to 7. So then that's kind of when it all took off, was 2017 for me. A lot has happened in that year. I was really excited when I got put on Team USA. And also when I had qualified for juniors, I met a lot of new people at that time. Got a lot of cool sets. I got to meet Jackie and Kevin from Germany. I got to meet, I think her name was Sarah from the UK. I kind of forgot. And then a couple other people. Met a couple of stackers that I wasn't positive that were from the Illinois area. But yeah, it's definitely growing in terms of the Illinois area karate competition thing. So yeah, it's cool. But yeah, I would say, okay, and here's the other thing, guys, with competition, especially for your first couple, you don't want to rush it. You want to make sure that you get, good, clean times so that you get, you want to make sure that you go smooth and you don't scratch every attempt, because you want to make sure you get decent times in the system so that you can qualify for junior. So like my recommendation would go slow on your first attempt and then speed up as you go second and third, but I would go easy your first attempt just so that you can get a clean time in the system. So yeah, that's just my opinion. But yeah. And sorry, I'm a little sick right now, but yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do later today. I might stream a little bit later, and I don't know. I mean, if you have any last minute questions, then I'll answer them. But I might stream a little bit later. I don't know, because I have a game to go to today. But yeah, we'll see. But if you have any other last minute questions before I get off of the live stream, then just let me know. Alright then, I guess I'll see you guys at Worlds. Anybody that's watching this, past or present, I'll see you guys at Worlds. And yeah, that's about it. So if you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I'm pretty prompt with that. I love to answer your guys' comments. Love to talk to you guys. So yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys at Worlds and a lot of other tournaments, because I'm competing a lot this stacking season. Alright. See you guys.